Yellow. Am I 9.6K? IRT, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I don't care how many subs I have anymore. I care that I'm entertaining people. The sub number is like a nice little bonus, but I stopped caring. Hey Jag, Kian, Adam, IRT, Brendan, Farming Boy, Alexander Lewis, and of course, a Shadowbox. I know you're just saying IRT, but like, there's a reason I don't have sub goals anymore. If anything, like, keeping track of subs demotivates me. It sounds dumb, but it does. Like, just chilling out and enjoying the streams for what they are. It's a lot more fun. Let's actually get onto the live page here. Nice Twitch notification. You can plough the grass around hilltop stores. You can plough the grass pretty much everywhere on this map, I think. I want to say it's pretty much everywhere. Hello, Adibu. How are you today? Hope you're doing well, dude. But, yeah, I never really spoke about that, did I? Well, part of the reason this goes gone. The other part is, of course, that I've started restreaming again. But yeah, I just... keeping track of it daily was really getting me down and demotivating me, so I decided not to care anymore. I gain subs and I lose subs, and everybody gains subs and loses subs. I don't care. Trying to go after new subs is a good idea, but at the same time, that's not who I am. It's never who I've been. I prefer to be just a dude that does streams and entertains people. Cycling Spring Bar got rained out, unfortunately. Ooh, that sucks, Eddie Boo. What do I think of Tip winning the All-Ireland? I think it's great. I think it's great that Kenny lost. Great for hurling. Am I like over the moon the Tip won? Not really. You know, everybody kind of had Tip down to win. The red card. Even I'm 50-50 about that. My dad's dead convinced it was. I was kind of shocked. I thought it'd be yellow. Subs do get you more money. That's the thing, IRT. Without going into the business side of YouTube, subs do get you money. It's just indirect. Because subs can get you sponsorship deals. But at the same time, I'd prefer to like actually entertain the people that are here instead of trying to go after new people. If I can't English, why do I stream? If I'm not entertaining you guys, why am I doing this? You know? So the plan for today is I don't really have a plan, I'm gonna be honest. The fields 24 and 25 are very close to being ready to go. Actually, all the crop fields are. We're waiting for the hay in the 2 grass fields, and that's kind of the plan for once we get the remaining fields fertilized, is to hopefully deal with the hay. I did see the pic of the Augusta, actually. I didn't reply because it's me, but I did see the pic of the Augusta. It's a pretty... like, Augusta Westlands are always pretty... Most helicopters are pretty. Just after getting the 2850 done up, very nice, Adam. You can tell when I don't really have a plan and I've not actually had time to come up with one, because the titles are just like, just faffing about or something. Doing a thing. Am I enjoying Seasons more? I played Seasons a lot when it came out, Adiboo. You'll have to ask me that same question in, you know, 3 or 4 months down the road. If I'm still playing a ton of Seasons. Because it's all well and good me spamming seasons now when it's fresh and new and interesting. It's going to be a few months down the road when I really have a full opinion on seasons. When it's out for everybody, effectively. So, can we talk about the Platinum trailer that came out yesterday? Because I found something that I don't think anybody else has. Because in the really fast, flashy bit, where they just kind of quickfire equipment, there's obviously the class Scorpion. There's 3 different wheel loaders. There's 3 different wheel loader looking things. Now, I've only seen people putting up pictures of the Scorpion and 2 of the wheel loaders. But there are 3. Class seem to have put their full range of loading equipment in, which was interesting in a way. But yeah, I had to actually... Fun fact, I had to download VLC Media Player to go through the video, like, frame by frame, to find all the things they'd hidden in the quickfire portion where everything was on frame... on screen for like 3 frames. It was painful. Yeah, there was a green house-like thing. There was the big Torion, the one that we were all expecting because of the Dazzle Camo version. But there was also like a 3rd one. Am I missing a bit here? Oh, I'm missing a lot. So let's turn in this way. And I think that's where I've already sprayed. I want to say that's where I've already sprayed. That is where I've already sprayed. Okay. But you can slow down the video to 0.25 times. Reese, I had the actual raw video. I was sent the actual video, not the one that was on YouTube, the actual one. So I could slow it down to effectively 1 frame per second. And have a thorough look at that super fast forwarded bit. Because even as slow as I could get it, it was still going past fairly quickly. Hello SG, how you doing today, dude? The advantage of being a YouTuber, I guess, is I got sent the actual file for the video, so I could go through it in a lot more depth. Doing good to hear, SG. But yeah, there's like a lot in that DLC. Almost frame by frame. But I didn't know that actually. But I prefer going with VLC player because it slows down the sound too, and it sounds hilarious. Because everything then plays in slow motion, and it's like everybody who's talking sounds drunk, and the music just sounds bizarre. So it's, you know, mild entertainment factor. So I get down to the point where the sounds all just start distorting. I really dislike. Yeah, I really dislike oats because. Just want to verify this is in fact oats. Yeah, oats have such density that you kind of have to go into full drone mode to see what the hell you're doing with them. Which is quite annoying. You're watching me in 0.25 speed? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've needed to go 0.25 on YouTube that I can't remember if it still has the thing where like it mutes up, or if it does actually try and play the sounds in slow motion too. This is one of those situations where I'd love some sort of visual indicator on how far I've actually sprayed. Now you can hear me. Okay. Oh, it's when you speed it up to silly amounts that it starts derping out and just muting the sound because it doesn't quite know what to do. So apologies for me going full drone mode here. Hello, Fiat Gaming. How you doing today, dude? Let's turn off the lines. Now I gotta find that bit that I missed, which is gonna prove a bit more difficult. I think this is it. Oh, it is! Okay, so I can see the ground is ever so slightly less dark. There we go. We shouldn't need... we might need a lot. We shouldn't need too much for Field 25. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go with what we got in the sprayer. GCC results tomorrow. Well, good luck to everybody who did their GCCs. Hope you all did well. Hope the results aren't too disappointing or distressing or bad in general. Hope they're what you were expecting or better. You know, if they're better than what you expected, that's the best way for them to be. Right, let's get this field done. First need to... I hate the fact that the sprayer unfolds and then it says it's not unfolded until it like lowers down. What more mods come out soon? There were mods out yesterday. And Giants are kind of a bit busy being at Gamescom promoting the game at the moment. So don't expect any mods this week, basically. You know, Gamescom is the priority for Giants right now because it's the biggest show in Germany. Why am I spraying fully grown crops? They're not fully grown, Bradley. They're still growing. They look fully grown, but they're not. Scorpion Lodall's a crimp body. You think it definitely looks like one? It might be. When's games come over? It's over on like Sunday. But then they'll have to like take the stage apart and stuff, so it'll be probably like a week and a half before we start seeing anything coming out of Giants testing again, I think. Like, it'll be probably towards the tail end of next week. Can't wait for Class DLC, neither can I. It looks so good. It looks so good, and I'm such a Class fanboy as it turns out. So, I'm like, that is something that is definitely gonna be fun to play with. Gamescom ends on... Oh, it ends on Saturday. My bad. A quick reminder, by the way, that there may or may not be a stream on Friday. I'm going to the opticians at 2:30. Still on my first year here, Bradley. Still in first year seasons. There may or may not be a stream on Friday. I'm going to the opticians at 2:30, which sounds like there's a ton of time before I would normally stream. But there is a small chance that I'll need to get my eyes dilated. And if I do, that's basically blinding for a couple of hours. It's not fun. So, if I do get my eyes dilated, I probably won't stream just to kind of stop eye strain as much as possible. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I might decide to stream regardless and just deal with it. So if I'm streaming on Friday wearing sunglasses for some reason, it's because I've got the eye drops, and my eyes would be in quite bad pain otherwise. Definitely look like the engine compartment of a Kramer. Well, I mean, there's only so many ways you can package an engine. That's kind of the difficulty there. There's only so much you can do to an engine. You didn't hear when the stream started, you get to go to your dad's phone. That's fine, Sandra. Looks a bit like the Kramer KL. Interesting. By the way, have notifications gone out? Because I'm just looking at the number of people watching it. It seems very low. Seems very low compared to usual. Events and fan intakes are the same as Kramer ones. Okay. You guys did get notifications. Okay. I'm guessing it's just the people are busy going back to school and whatnot, and getting ready to go back to school. This is why it's a bit quieter than usual. Or at least I'd hope that's it. Hope it's not that people are bored of me already. You didn't, Borgo. Okay. Can this contract mission? Is this a contract mission? No, this is me actually working the fields. These crops look fully grown, they're actually not. One of those weird things with seasons. Oh, I've gone off on a weird tangent again. Parts of the US started last week. Okay. Hello, Benji. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Benji. How are you? Hello, other Benji. Oh, that won't be confusing for everybody, especially me. In Latvia, school starts September 2nd. That seems like an odd time for school to start. Is that not, like, in the middle of a week? No, it's not, because... No. No, 24 at 7 is 31. Yeah. Starting school on a Monday makes sense. Starting school on a Wednesday, like they did in Scotland. Because apparently Scotland started school today. That's just a bit weird. Like, that is just weird, Scotland. You're back in the middle of the week. Yeah, that's just plain weird. I'm thinking we're not going to get this all fertilized with this this tank of fertilizer. Especially not if I wallop trees like that. You're back on a Friday? That's a very strange day to go back to school. Like, I'd expect Mondays. You meant to go back yesterday, Council give you an extra day off. That means you'll have an extra day at the end of the year. Probably. Scorpion has to be a Kramer body, it's got the grills, the wing mirrors all in the right place, the cap is exactly the same, it's got the Kramer quick hitch on the front, so it's gotta be. Until you realise the Kramer are just using a class body. Or, a Liebherr body. Hello, Tig, how are you doing today? You doing good? Very good to hear, Ty. And hello, Kai, as well. How's it going, dude? Apologies for flicking the menu up, but there's no better mini-map yet. I really wish it was... Like, this is one of the things that I wish was integrated into the game. It's like a better mini-map that you could select it to just show the filters from the main mini-map. Like, whatever filters are active, that you could use it. Like that, because it's bloody annoying having to open up the main mini-map to do anything. You go back next Wednesday. Yeah, Arden's just weird. Something to do with the teachers come back earlier than you. Okay. Congratulations for 9600. Is it actually 9600? Yeah. Like, I am not the kind of person that keeps track of, well, I'm not keeping track of my subs anymore, so I genuinely don't know how many subs I have. Anybody know what happened to 4D? He probably has taken a little bit of a break from modding. Just to do summary things, or he's very busy at work. That's probably what's happened with him. 9600 on the dot. Ah! That'll drop down later, probably. Is it on your screen? See, I don't see how many subs I have, which I kind of like. I have stopped checking Social Blade and stuff. Because I don't want to be the kind of guy who's like, I've got more subs today than I usually do, therefore I am happy, or I have lost subs today, therefore I am sad. No, I used to be like that. No. That's not a fun way to do YouTube. I'd rather be the kind of guy who's like, oh, I had quite a few people in the stream today. It was a good stream, I enjoyed it, it was really fun. I am happy. Or the stream was really quiet, like it currently is. And it was very difficult to kind of get a good conversation going. It's kind of not, but you know, it's streams being really, really quiet that kind of irritate me more than subs. Because I prefer to have people watching over people subscribed. It says 9600 on your screen. Fair enough. Like I said, I don't see the numbers, nor do I particularly want to. Wonder if that Harper's a glitch. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's the base game doing weird things. I want to say it's the base game actually doing weird things. So latest time school days end in Ireland and the UK. I mean, I used to be until 3:30 in secondary school. And then there was like an optional study session for doing homework and stuff until was it 5:30 or 6 o'clock? Which was great for actually getting everything done and then just chilling. Something screwy's going on in this specific part of the map. There's a tile that's just not working and I'm not sure why. Hello, Daniel Dunn. How are you doing today, dude? Cat 3 apart from Fridays and you finish at 12:20. That's kind of odd. My school days all finished at like the exact same time. It's 3 o'clock when I was, or 2 o'clock when I was like in very low primary school, 3 o'clock when I was in main primary school, and 3:30 in secondary school, and then like 5 o'clock in college. $3:50 and 6 o'clock. I mean, that makes sense. Right. Next job is I need to grab, and I think it might be at the shop. Unless I reset it. No, it's at the shop. We'll use the class for that. Actually, the Massey's further down towards the shop, so I'll use the Massey. Literally the only reason why. Might not be the Green Body Crab, slightly different. It's got the quick hitch, so you have to wait for the fact sheet. The fact sheets should be starting apparently like on Friday. From what I was seeing on Twitter, they should be like hopefully starting Friday. So we'll have I make it 5 or 6 sets of fact sheets for the DLC, because we'll have two in August, 4 in September, and then 3 in October. Oh, 7 sets, so it'll be probably like 5 items per fact sheet. If it's 35 class items, then it'll be 5 class items per fact sheet, on average. Fact sheets should have started last Friday. Yeah, they might merge 2 into 1 week, or just drop a week at the end or something. I don't know how they're going to do it. If they meant to start a week earlier, then they did. But they will. No, Giants have said yes, they're starting on Friday. Said that very openly on Twitter. Did I see Rosie crowd surfing? No, I didn't. Oh, I did actually earlier today. Yeah. Whoever's in the Rosie suit this week is really doing a good job, because they get to have all of the fun. I forgot to disable. Could you please just that? Hey, local cheats. Funniest thing you've seen. Did you see Rosie playing Euro Truck? Like, fair dues to whoever's in that suit. It can't be easy, because that thing is supposedly extremely warm. And they're like constantly running around and doing all of this stuff. It can't be easy to do. But I've been told it's quite fun. I've been told it's quite fun to be Rosie at an event. Because you basically get to do whatever you want. You don't actually need to work, you can just kind of run around and harass various games. It seems like Giants have built up some sort of social media network with SCS as well, which is kind of fun. Can't even last in shorts and t-shirt without getting really warm. I mean, I'm fine for the most part with heat. It's just when it starts getting extremely hot, like it was, like anything over 20-something degrees, and I start kind of going, blah. Mid-20s is a bit too warm. Must have good fitness level, sticking that heat and run around a lot, or Terminator secretly in the suit. It's somebody who's very fit usually, Benji. like. It wouldn't surprise me if giants are all quite fit people, because Erlangen, where they're based, or at least the German group of giants, I should say it like that, the German office, I wouldn't be too surprised if they are quite fit, because Erlangen is just a very pretty city, and it's, or town, or whatever you want to describe it as, and it is just nice to kind of walk around. Right. Now I need to do the dangerous bit, which is start zipping time forward, because that is... You guys can confirm to me... Farming Boy, I didn't need to. I did it the old-fashioned way by just loading the video in VLC. You guys will have to tell me when this becomes actual hay, because I haven't seen actual hay yet. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be like this field will turn first. It says it time forward a bit faster. I'm presuming whenever it changes colour, it's hay. Let's just set time back to 1 to let it all catch up. Oh! That is definitely hay-like. This looks like hay. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Just the button to get this working again. But that's of no use whatsoever. You think that's hay? That's hay. That is hay. We have confirmation of hay. Hay has been confirmed. Let's go. So I'm guessing, seeing as you have to leave it out in the field for a bit, that the hay yield isn't going to be quite as high as the grass yield, because you're going to have some natural... Well, you're not going to have it as expanded as grass, more than anything else. You know, it's dried up, it's going to be a bit more crumblematic. Only if it rains. So this is going to be the same yield as... Oh, God. Could somebody divide 500,000 by 4? Actually, divide 500,000 by 4,000 is the better maths to do. Because that's going to be how many bales we get. If somebody wants to do a calculator thing to have a bale estimate here. Most of these are going to get sold. I'm going to be honest. But I'm going to keep a few, at least. 125. I'm probably going to keep, like, maybe 2 trailer loads? Maybe 3 loads of hay? Depending on what load or whatever I want to use. And these have to go into a shed, don't they? That's gonna be interesting to figure out what shed I want to put these in. MP server's broke. I'll fix it after the stream, Alex. There's nothing I can do right now. Alex, ping me on Discord so that I can actually see it after the stream, because I'll forget otherwise. Get the silage bales started early. Here comes after that. Yeah, I've already got like 500,000 liters of silage, so it's not like I'm, you know, abandoning all silage. I've got way too much silage as it is, so the hay is now kind of a better priority to have. Hey Kieran. Now after where? Whenever. Because I won't be checking Discord until after the stream anyway. You don't like the clamps doing any best? That's fair enough. Clamps are a bit neater for me, especially when I've got silly amounts of silage. Because otherwise the yard would just be full of bales already. Go back this way. Let's mix it up. So I'm kind of, I think nervous might be the right word, concerned about the number of bales that we're going to get out of this. If it is going to be well in excess of 100, which is what the guesswork based on how much silage I got is. We're looking at 100 and probably 140 bales. Which I guess if you want to do the insanity challenge on Oakfield, would be very easy. Silage bale comes out outside, just find an empty place and you're full. I mean, that is the advantage of doing silage bales. I mean, the place that I put the silage bales would be the silage camp. It's usually a nice, secluded place that you can just pile stuff up in. The real problem here is going to be trying to deal with all these bales after the fact. I'll probably just get an auto-loader of some description, because I don't want to deal with 100 plus bales. You guys don't want me to deal with 100 plus bales, so we'll auto-load these once they're done. It's just a case of getting everything done first. Or getting everything in place to auto-load them. Because we got a windrow, and then we got a bale. I really should have set follow me off behind me with the baler. Now that I think about it. That was an oopsie. Andre Jacobs, thank you very much for the $20. Saying love from Florida. Thank you very much, dude. That helps a ton. That helps me a ton, personally. So thank you very much. You guys have been very generous, mainly Jag. Jag's kind of skewed everything, but you guys have been insanely generous the last few streams, so I can only thank. I can only thank for the generosity. And could concern myself about the size of Jag's bank account after what happened last week. That money, Hunter, will go to buying myself something nice first off, because I have a plan to buy something for X-Plane, and then after that it's going to just be thrown into savings to kind of build up a rainy day fund, just in case I have an issue with the computer. Because I've not been able to have rainy day fund for a while. Is there going to be a new map at the Platinum DLC? No. That is 100% confirmed to be a no. Platinum DLC is only going to be equipment. There is no new map. So, if you've been hoping for a new map at Platinum, if maybe you're not the biggest class fan, then no new map. And that's probably a good thing, because the DLC maps tend to be a bit lackluster compared to the base game ones. And especially compared to... with no disrespect to Giants here, compared to mod maps. Giants have to build their maps within certain criteria. There's a reason Giants maps are all kind of samey in a way. But compared to mod maps and even the base game maps, the DLC maps are always feel a bit of a letdown. They always feel a bit empty. So I'm not going to be complaining about no map with Platinum. I think there's more than enough content to justify the price point with just the equipment. Quite honestly. And if you are interested in buying Platinum, you can use that link, and that wasn't what I wanted to hit. You can use that link and help Giants out a bit more than buying it on Steam, and help me out a bit more than if you were to buy it on Steam. For effectively no extra cost. I think Steam's running some sort of discount because Focus on decided that. But if you buy from the farmingsimulator.com link, Giants get I can't say 100%. Giants get almost all of the money. There is a small percentage that gets skimmed off, and it's not for Steam, it's Giants' decision here to skim off a small bit, and that actually goes to me. So using that link does directly benefit me, and it benefits you because you get Platinum exactly whenever it's out. Giants have a habit of releasing a small bit early with the big release. Platinum's one of them, and you'll get it the second it is out if you buy it on the website. If you buy it anywhere else, if you buy it on Steam, Steam have been known to have delays of up to 18 hours, maybe more, from when Giants releases. And it's hilarious going onto the Steam forums for Farm Sim and seeing all of the angry people shouting at something Giants have no control over. That's all Steam and Focus Home on the Steam side. And I should mention that the website version of the DLC does work with the Steam version of the game. I have the Steam version of the game. I have 0 DLCs for Farm Sim 19 on Steam. They're all from the website. They're all direct downloads from Giants. I can guarantee you 100% it will work. The only bit of a faff with DLCs is when they update and you have to download the update manually. But that's literally it. That's literally the entire problem. Or the entire bit of faff. You watch my stuff when I'm at work, pass the time, so it's the least you can do. Well, thank you very much, Hunter. It helps me do this effectively. It helps me fund weird and wonderful things, mainly for the Explain streams, because Explain payware is hellaciously expensive. But the past few months, I got the new graphics card from YouTube, effectively, from you guys. I got myself a drawing tablet, which I have been really enjoying. It is one of the most calming things that I've ever done, is just scribbling on a drawing tablet in Photoshop, and it's great for my mental health. honestly, because I tend to have issues with that, and just being able to draw something and not particularly need to worry about people ever seeing it and stuff like that. It's just relaxing and gives me time to zone out of reality for a while, which quite often I need. So some of the stuff that I buy does seem rather random and just does seem like it's just for me, but honestly, if I can find ways to chill out and relax, it helps the streams because I'm not as uptight. There are times that I've streamed and I'm just super stressed and it does not end well. I'd prefer to be sat back relaxing like I am now and just chilling with you guys. Makes for more fun for stream for me, makes for less complaining for you guys. Mental health is so important. It's something that so many people just neglect. Is like, I see so many people who are like, oh, I work 73 hours a week. I'm like, great. How long do you spend doing things that just relax you? Oh, about 2 hours a week. Well, that's not enough. Like, I could work all day and all night forever. I really could. There's a lot of stuff that I'd like to do. There's a lot of work that I can get done. There's a lot of different projects that I could take on. But I'd much prefer to, at night when I'm watching something on YouTube or whatever, just sit back, relax, and chill out with, some Crusader Kings, which is stressful in a nice way, some drawing, some explains, and just random junk that I want to do, and it, kind of gets me chilled out for the evening, gets me into bed fairly early, and it gets, like, I've been getting up in the mornings lately, which is something that I've not done for a while. I think the latest I've woken up in the last 2-3 weeks was like 1 PM. It's mainly been kind of mid-morning wake-ups, which... If you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I have a habit of waking up at 4 PM. And then rushing to get everything done for the stream. Well, no, not anymore, because the last 2-3 weeks I've been waking up at silly hours of the morning by my normal standards, but human hours by everybody else's. So it's nice. I can only put that down to my mental health is actually stabilizing a bit. Because I've found so many things that chill me out. And I'm focusing on the things that I should be focusing on instead of focusing on how many subscribers I have on YouTube or how many views I get during a stream. And the stream seems to have died? Question mark? Is that just my playback or is the stream dead? Stream is good, stream derp. Has the YouTube stream derped? Stream's good on your end, ASB, but it's back after refreshing. Yeah, let me just refresh my playback here. Just to verify that that is the case. Yeah, could you guys like let people in the chat know to refresh if they've got derped out stream? Those of you that have refreshed, could you tell people to refresh, please? Something happened. Yeah, YouTube derped. YouTube derped big time. Which is somehow not surprising. I got a comment on oh, here's the thing. This is mini rant. I got a comment on a video last night from Joe Wingflex. He said, Dave, I need to tell you this, but I literally only just got the notification of this video today. Now that wouldn't be a big thing, but number one, it was a video, so it's at least, a week late. It's a video on Oakfield, and I haven't done a video on Oakfield in quite a while. But more comically, it's a video on Oakfield from FS17. Which when I saw the date on the video, I misread it as 2019. You said, "Oh, you got a notification 6 months late." 17 speak at the time. I was like, "Oh my god, YouTube actually sent somebody a notification 6 months late." And I was reading the date out to the guys. I was like, "Oh, video went up on the 8th of February," and then I looked at the date again. And I was like, the 8th of February 2018. YouTube somehow sent out a notification 18 months late. How do they do this? How does this happen? The end of mini rant, by the way. I was just stunned by that, and like, how? Whee! I have to say something as well, and this isn't a rant, this is just an observation from me. I bloomin' love when I make these wonky lines in the fields when I'm... There's a reason I never windrow in a straight line. I actually like seeing the lines all kind of going parallel and waving in and out. There's a reason I don't use GPS for windrowing. It just looks more natural. It's probably not realistic or true to life, but I don't care. It looks really nice. And it pleases me, so it can it can remain this way. It shall suffice. Why am I tired? It's because you've not slept well the last 3 weeks, Dave. That's probably it. There's gonna be one night, and it's probably gonna be like soonish, where I just sleep for 18 hours. Think it's realistic? See, there's some people who say it's unrealistic because it's not perfectly straight, and then there's people who are a bit more like me and say, like, nothing in nature's straight. Why should anything be a straight line? Why should anything be perfectly straight? So we're getting there. Well, fingers crossed. She's all better by Christmas, at the very latest. I'm giving her plenty of time to recover. Giving her plenty of time to be, to be slow about recovering. Hopefully by Christmas she's back to normal. The same cannot be said about my eyes, which I'm expecting to get more. I'm expecting to need new glasses on Friday, and I'm expecting them to be a bit more extreme than the pair that I currently wear. Because fun fact, as you get older, you get more farsighted. Like your sight at a distance improves, but you're more likely to need reading glasses. I was like that at age 12. I'm now 27, turning 28 on Saturday. I'm probably going to need some quite powerful glasses when I'm older. Because my eyes are a weird shape and my left eye is lazy. My right eye's mostly okay. Stop yawning, you kid. My right eye is mostly okay. It's my left eye is 90% of the problem, and it just seems to keep getting worse. So, expect to see me wearing glasses that are actually visible next week, or whenever, they are made. Because I'm gonna be getting a pair that actually has a set of rims that are reasonably decent, so that I don't accidentally look through them. Because I noticed an issue with the pair of glasses that I've had for the last 12-ish years. I was 16 when I got my first eye test properly. Yeah, an issue that I've noticed over the last 12 years is if I wear my current glasses for a prolonged period, the actual rim of the glasses disappears in my vision. Like, my brain starts ignoring it, so I'm hoping if I get a thicker set of rims that it'll be less likely to be just brain melted. I have my stories about, like, weird notifications and glasses, but everybody's asleep, by the way. That was loud in my ears. Ow. That was probably a dumb idea. What the heck was that air horn? It was a wake up everybody air horn. Go back to work now. 8 X-rays to do the next 2 hours. Oh, you're an X-ray technician. Well, good luck with that, Hunter, and I hope everybody your X-raying is good. Gee, fair enough, Martin. It's an effective method of waking chat up, is the air horn. You know, chat's silent, or I'm particularly bored, and just works perfectly. You're farming your other screen, fair enough. I tend to do that. I tend to have like a game open and a stream open at the same time. I'm notorious for lurking. That hurts a bit. I'm hearing it at full volume, by the way. So whatever you're hearing on the stream is actually reduced volume. Should mention this. Whatever you're hearing is quieter than what I'm hearing. So, I'm punishing myself with that bloody air horn. The question now is, do I start baling this field to make sure that I've got at least some hay bales, or do I go in windrow the other one? I'm thinking the better option is to start some baling. Hey, Link Simo. Apparently the HOT animal plants make chickens produce manure. I mean, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense for the chickens to produce manure. Because in real life, chicken manure is one of the better fertilizers for most crops. I think it's like wheat and barley it's particularly good for. So you'll see a lot of farmers in... yeah, you'll see a lot of farmers in Ireland, the UK. Buying in, like, chicken manure. George Saunders used to do quite a lot. I don't know if he still does. Farms he worked on. They bought in chicken manure. Now, one of the inherent problems of all kinds of manure, and some of the farmers might know this that are in the chat, some might not actually. One of the inherent problems with manure is spontaneous combustion. Manure piles do have a habit of occasionally just catching on fire for no reason. Hey, Jerry. Busy spreading around at the minute. It smells great. I can imagine. Can with compost and mulch too. Compost, not so much. There's not as much methane involved. Mulch, it really shouldn't. I guess it depends on the kind of mulch. Another weird risk is like truckloads of, I think it's almonds. You've been on calls. Oh my god. I could just imagine like being on a farm where compost has just decided to explode or something. That would be a very weird situation. But one particularly odd risk is with almonds, which can on occasion, I think it's almonds, it might be something else, but they can on occasion, if they're like too densely packed, they can and do just straight up explode. They don't spontaneously combust, they straight up go boom. Oh yeah, it's basically a heat sink happens, and nothing likes being a heat sink. There we go, let's get the Massey baler on the go. We'll be spamming the crap out of a glass baler in time, but for now we'll use a Massey. Come into the field down the corner as well, because it's going to be a bit easier to get a turn going from there. There we go. Look at how quickly the numbers are going up for this hay. This is straight up silly. Does anybody want to buy some hay? Because we're gonna have altogether too much. I think it just broke a bale. Something weird just happened. I think it took some of the hay out of that bale. But, I'm kind of surprised by it. There's like 40 people in YouTube chat and nobody talking. It's kind of creepy. Could you all please stop staring and maybe join in on the conversations about things exploding and randomly catching fire? Which I would have thought that YouTube would have had a lot of interest in. We're always watching you. Always what? Oh. What's the voice? Always watching, Wazowski. You're just enjoying the silliness of it. It is rather silly. Let's talk about the class DLC. What do you want to talk about with the class DLC, Kevin? Also, I can't do the Roz voice for more than like a sentence at a time because it is just a complete vocal fry. That is not good for my voice whatsoever. Thought you saw my derpy moment in the trailer? No. No, they're not going to have the Cougar. That's the disappointing bit. That's the only bit of the class DLC I'm going to be disappointed with. Is they're not going to have the Cougar. What I'd like to see in the class DLC, the Cougar. I answered the question before it was asked. They're not going to have it. It's disappointing, but at the same time, I'm pre-disappointed that there's not going to be a Cougar. So, is it really disappointing if I'm disappointed before it's out? Because I know it's just not going to happen. Modders. The problem is the modded Cougar is from like 2009, and it's not very well done. The model is ancient and it's never been updated. What's the Cougar? It's a mower that has like, is it 5 or 6 mowing decks? But they're all on weird offsets, and like it folds up, and they're all like, imagine the Big M but with another set of decks that fold out from the top for no good reason. And it's on the back of what effectively was like a modded Zerion saddle track. Like it was a modified Zerion saddle track effectively. And it just looked ridiculous, and I really wish that was in Farm Sim in high quality form, not that one convert from FS09 form or FS11. Yes, the Deutz Faircraft. I kind of do as well. Like it got really irritating in FS13 because it was just ugly as sin. But now. Like, I guess fondness makes the heart grow fonder. Or, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That would be the actual saying, not fondness. Because, like, even, like, the weird derpy harvesters in FS13, they were actually quite good. But they were basically also the only harvesters in FS13, so everybody hated them. But now that 19 has none, it's like, oh, well, the Deutz stuff could be really nice again. What about the last DLC before FS9? Well, there's talk that it's going to be that sprayer DLC from Berthoud, isn't it? Or Berthoud? Berthoud. Bertidley. But I don't know what the last DLC will be, quite honestly. A couple of small ones, nice medium combat options. I mean, we got... Problem is, right, here's the issue. Giants only really want one option at every combine size. Which I think is a bit of a silly idea. Because I would much prefer to see like 2 or 3 combines so you can have kind of a fleet of unique vehicles for your farm. So like, I want 6-meter equipment, therefore I'm going to use this specific set that Giants have pre-approved. So I think Giants should maybe revisit that now that pretty much every brand is in the game. And start introducing variety at every point. That's for Berthoud? It's a French brand. Berthoud? Bertie? Bartholomew? Bort the sprayer. New crops would be nice in FS21 as well. That would be amazing. I've just realized why I keep seeing asterisks. It's because I've set up a filter to get rid of asterisks at the start of messages, and apparently it's just blocking them all. Hey, Bomber. Can't chat on Twitch because it's verified, man. That isn't me doing it, Bomber. That's Twitch, I think. I don't have any like special settings set up for Twitch, so I think all you need to do, Bomber, is just verify your email on there, and that's problem sorted. That should be it, at least. Unless you have to download that Authy app, which is Like, really good for security, but bloody annoying to use. Am I on Dagger's server? No, I don't play on Dagger's server, Bomber King. I have my own, and I play on there like once a week usually. I usually hop on my own server on like a Monday for the stream. But I don't play on Dagger's server. Honestly, I'm like not overly interested in multiplayer. Hey, Welsh. But no, this is single player. What's my Discord? It should be down in the description. Or if Welsh, or if there's another mod here wants to use the Discord command, it'll... I think I've set the Discord command to be mod only, Kai. I appreciate the intentions there. There we go, Shy was done. Hey, Tractor Games. You see, Bomber King, just FYI. And this is fair warning. I don't really go for the realism thing like Daggerwin does. And my server is nowhere near as structured as Dagger's, so expect to see me spamming crab emojis. Basically is what I'm saying. It's fine, Kai, you meant well. You meant well. You weren't like trying to troll me or anything. You're like a baitman. I'd like a sprayer that's just done up like full bat sprayer. Complete with Batman logos. Just jet black. With Batman logos on. That would be my ideal sprayer. Love the emojis. Yeah. The best thing is I've got my server set up so that nobody else can spam emojis because the bot gets angry. I'm literally the only person in the server allowed to spam. With Batwings as the spray. Oh my god, Benji, that is so much better than what I'd imagined. You've designed something... What's the meme behind crab emojis? I was bored one day and started spamming crab emojis, and then crab emojis were a thing. It's probably... It's... well, crab rave, effectively. Also, I find the crab emoji quite cute, so... that's kind of an added thing. Alright, baseline, calm down, good grief. ASP with the hype emojis. Seems like plenty of crabs in Discord chat. Yeah. I always try and warn people who come from Daggerwins because, like, they expect me to be serious. And, like, because I'm in Dagger servers, I'm not over there, they think I'm gonna be this serious person who's, like, ultra serious about farming, and then they realize that you guys are kind of disappointed when I don't have when I have a stream where I don't flip something over by mistake. Even worse than VFs. If you're asking to be a Discord mod bomber, no. I've got a few guys on Discord that I'm trialing as mods for the streams. Because Discord is a lot more fast and loose with the rules than the streams are. You couldn't imagine me serious? I'm very serious. Like, when it comes to science, I'm serious. Hence why I sometimes do the weird, like, the random science lessons where I teach you something about science that's just bizarre. Is there anything that, off the top of my head I could talk about today in terms of weird science? What has happened? Yes, yes, there is, because this is genuinely hilarious. So, I can't remember how long ago, but some scientists, they were clearly bored when they came up with this experiment. I'm gonna preface it by saying this, because their experiment was to see how ants navigate. So they, yes, Kai, I have. So what they did was they set ants off and like sent them over to certain flowers or whatever, and they'd always make their way back to the nest, as they normally would. What they then did was truly bizarre, because to figure out if ants navigated based on distance alone, they took some ants from the colony and they glued matchsticks to the ants' legs to act as teeny tiny stilts. This is what happens when scientists get bored, is they come up with bizarre experiments. But what they did find out of that was that ants do in fact navigate based on distances walked. I can't remember if it was matches they used or toothpicks, but they used little, like, teeny tiny stilts for the ants and glued them to the ants' legs. Everybody thinks of science as a super serious thing where people have giant books everywhere. Then you realize that some science is just like, I'm bored, let's see what happens when we glue matchsticks to ants. I want to say there was another one that was particularly weird involving a panda and a guy in a panda suit, but I can't remember the full story of that one. But the bizarre science is so common, where people do just stupid things, just crazy weird experiments. There is actually an award for the most pointless science done in any given year, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but they give out an award to the most just stupidly pointless thing that somebody's decided to research in a given year. And it's commonly won by people who clearly were bored when they came up with their experiments. I think there was one year that found out that you can make poop not smell. No, not the most useless experiment done, because there's a lot of useless ways you can do things, and it's usually by doing them wrong. But the most useless research, like, do ants navigate based on distance alone? Let's find out by sticking, by giving them teeny tiny stilts and seeing what happens. It's stuff like that, where, like, there's no benefit to anybody from finding out how ants navigate, or how ants gauge distance. The Ig Nobel Prize, thank you, Shai. Yes, the Ig Nobels. That's for, is it the most pointless or the dumbest research done in any given year? It might be a combination of both. And they give out these awards every year. And some people are really proud of it because they're guys who appreciate the comedy of the Ig Nobel Prize, and other guys, it's like the Razzies of science. Some guys are really into it and they appreciate the joke, and they'll go all in and like give these bizarre, they'll give equally weird and pointless speeches. And some people get really offended that they've been given an Ig Nobel Prize. Unusual or trivial, it's usually just like for the dumbest and weirdest things discovered in a year. You x-rayed a pumpkin for a Halloween decoration last year. Well, no, because you're not gluing things to ants and seeing what happens. But yeah, if ever you're bored of a night and you want to learn a bit about science, look up Ig Nobel Prize winners, because some of the stuff is... You just wonder why they decided this was a good idea. Like, you sit there and you're reading and you're like, this got funded? Somebody actually paid money to find this out. Somebody put money towards this. Oh, Pliny the Elder, oh my god. Look up anything pre-1500 if you want to laugh about medicine. Or if you want to be horrified. In equal measure, actually. Because pre-1500, everything was leeches. Everything was just... you're ill, leech. You're ill, here, have some lead. You what? Wasn't one... I want to say, ASB, that there was one disease that they started treating by just straight up giving people arsenic. Which, by the way, you should never ever take. Because that's a poison. I want to say there was one where they literally just gave people arsenic. Yes, there was. Of course there was. You just heard about this on Blackbeard. It was something that was stuck in the back of my head was that, like, arsenic used to be medicine, and I can't remember what for. Lead was a pretty common one. What else was pretty common as a weird medication back in the day? I mean, obviously, like, questionable drugs that are now illegal. Alcohol was surprisingly common. Leeches were just the go-to. It was like, I don't know what's wrong. Let's you have some leeches. There was, of course, the age-old tradition of just straight up cutting off people's body parts because they didn't know what was going on, so they decided that the best idea was to just get rid of the problem area. So many amputations. And there was no anesthetic, so they just... Arsenic trioxide is used for some cancers. Oh, it's still used as chemotherapy. In that case. So there you go. Arsenic is still used today. Although it's actually not pure arsenic, which is the dangerous bit. Trioxide... How does arsenic bind? Trioxide would be pretty dangerous because that's, I think, an oxidizer. But I mean, at the same time, you're actively trying to kill cells, so using a very strong poison is probably a good idea. Fun fact, by the way, and this is legitimately fun, and also kind of disheartening at the same time. There's always this talk about, like, finding the cure for cancer, finding the cure for cancer, finding the cure for cancer. Science knows what the cure for cancer is. I know how to cure cancer. Any scientist who's done a bit of microbiology knows how to cure cancer. Or even molecular biology. The cure for cancer is pretty simple. As an idea. Because the cure for cancer is going to be genetically engineered viruses that will only actually attack cancer cells, and that will cure cancer. That will kill off every cancer cell. There is a problem. There is a problem with that idea, and that's that, one, we haven't quite figured out how to make these genetically engineered viruses, And two, we don't actually know how to differentiate cancer cells from normal cells. Based on the actual cell structure. The structure that a virus would actually attack. So, well, we know how to do it. We know what will be the cure. We just don't know how. Yes, it's like we've built a car, but we don't actually know what an engine is. Just quite yet is probably a good metaphor. Or we've got an engine, we just don't know how to build a car. Or how to fuel the engine. And that's where... that's why, actually, you keep hearing about these genetic markers for cancer. And for cancers. It's literally... That is the research into going into making these genetically engineered viruses. Now, you could, in theory, use bacteria as well, but viruses are a bit faster. And a bit easier to maneuver. And obviously you can get... Thank you, Spitfires. You can obviously get a lot more viruses into an area than you can bacteria. Watching me on holidays in Western Cork. Whereabouts, James? Out of curiosity. Are you down near, Skibbereen, Tregumna, Baltimore kind of area? Or are you a bit more west than that? Well, you can't be much more west than that, actually. Because I used to, when I was younger, go on holidays to Tregumna basically every year. I was showing Simulate the area the other night, and he was like, it's literally just a hut that's a toilet and some... It was caravans and their holiday homes. And a pub. And that is and was Tregumna. I want to say there was at one point, when the place was a caravan park, there was at one point a small shop as well, but now it's just a pub and some holiday homes. It's more like we have a design for a car, but we don't know how to build it. Yeah, that's kind of it as well, Benji. Oh, down by Castletown Bear, okay. Castletown Bear, isn't Castletown Bear the place that has the tree in the middle of the road? Because I know it's in West Cork. I can't remember what town it is that has... Like, as you're driving down to the docks there. Or it would have been a docks a while back, but down to the pier. There's just a tree in the middle of the road, and it's on, like, quite a big hill. I want to say it's in Castletown Bear. For those of you who are not from Ireland, yes, Ireland does have quite lax security when it comes to certain piers. And docklands and stuff. We just kind of build things and then hope that it works. It's a lot of that is a lot of bales. Did I count? No, but I can. Which screen is this screen? No, that's prices, finances, statistics, bales, 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 bales. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Our initial estimate for bales was 125, if you remember. This field is 118. Oh yeah, no, Castletown Bears where the fishing boats are, yeah. My bad. I, th I think we're going to have well over 200 bales. We... oh, no. Oh, we're gonna have a silly number of bales, and it's gonna take quite a while to clean them all up. Have fun. I'm getting an auto stacker. I am not manually stacking 200 plus bales. I'm running under whatever rules I want on this map, and the rules are now I'm using auto stackers. I got that because you and Dr. V. I'm actually quite good at. Oh, I know what's gone wrong there. How big is my bale trailer? Yes. The reason that I wasn't windrowing everything there is because the windrow was stuck on the edge of the map. I may draft in the bale trailer that I've got on Lone Oak, which actually... I haven't actually revealed this officially. That's an auto stacker. I'm not going to be using the auto stack on Lone Oak, but that is an auto stacking trailer. I may need to draft that in, just to make sure that I can, you know, pick up the bales in a timely manner, and not take 3 weeks to do it. But we're gonna have, you know, bales for the cows and the sheep for sure. We're not going to be running short on them anytime soon. Do I not have the bale density mod? No, I don't like the bale density mod. It's not something that I've ever actually liked or used. Plus, there's no telling, Martin. This is kind of a key thing. There's no telling how it actually works in seasons. It might break the bales in seasons, which is kind of the last thing that you want to be happening. I'm gonna need to refuel like everything before harvest, I think. Maybe no, I can probably get away with doing it after harvest now that I think about it. There we go. But yeah, everything's gonna need to be refueled and repaired, but not repainted. Screw repainting things. Repainting things is just a waste of money in farm sim. Let them be worn. Let them look nice. I mean, the upside of this field is a giant-ass group of trees in the middle of it. So it might be a bit easier to... might have a few... Oh no, it's bigger than field 6. Probably won't have less bales out of this field, actually, now that I look at it. Hey, Volstrap! But we're not going to have a shortage, that's sure. We are never going to be short on bales on this map. Downside is I will need to... Do I use S mods? Yes, I do, Martin. It's one of the very few mod sites that I will trust. Because the guy running it is very, very transparent about everything. And I appreciate that, and that's why I use it. Like, it's... my bar is actually, like... I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I seem picky with mod sites, because I'm always like, oh, that site's a dodgy site, that site's a dodgy site, that site's a dodgy site. Honestly, all I really want is transparency. And, you know, to know, and I'm fairly confident that I do with yes mods, to know that that's the original link every time. Or if it's not the original link, it's at least one that nobody is unfairly profiting off. Like, ideally, I'd like to see full test results for, you know, a full test done consistently with every mod, but from what I understand, yes mods is run by literally one person, so I'm not gonna, like, insist on that from him. The transparency, honestly, is the main thing for me. Like, where he's changed the link, he openly says, yeah, sorry, this isn't the original link. I couldn't nail down what the original link was. So I'm gonna host it on the actual website. Make no money out of it. And if the modder contacts me, I will give you the original link. There's an IMT 1025 on there. It's an excellent mod. I might have a look at it sometime, Martin. I'm kind of, like, happy with the mods that I have currently. Like, yes mods, I'm more using as a source for American-style equipment, because the mod hub is very lacking on that. That's the mod hub's weakest point, I think, is the American-style equipment. It's an old tractor. I mean, I like old tractors, but problem is a lot of the maps that I play are made for bigger tractors. So trying to crack out an old one like an IMT on there is probably not the greatest idea in the world. For example, Oakfield. I couldn't fit a small tractor on this map. It would not make sense. Like, I'm even in two minds about the New Holland. I feel like that's a bit too small. And that's a T6. You know, I've got it for novelty's sake. I feel like it's a bit too small. Upside of seasons. This is always the thing I love about seasons. The grass yields and basically your bale yield is always going to be insane because it's been rebalanced. Everything's been rebalanced to suit the way that Seasons plays, which is a much longer style than it's a much longer, slower style than base game. So you get way more of everything. Like, Landy was doing some cotton on Lone Oak, I think it was. He was doing some cotton harvesting. He was saying, like, from one okay-sized field, he was getting 6 or 7 bales of cotton. So I might end up doing some cotton on Lone Oak. I'm tweaking the rules to let me do it. Lely not good enough for me? It's not anything to do against Lely, it's just that I've always found the twin rakes just more comfortable to use. They just give a much more convenient swath size, and they're a lot easier to maneuver around. I'm just more comfortable with them. In general, somebody's lit a fire. I hope that's a fire somebody's lit, else something's on fire that maybe probably shouldn't be. For ASB, calm. Where I live, ASB, a lot of the quote-unquote central heating in houses is still just fire in living room. So during the winter, I quite often light the fire. I get to be a pyromaniac in my own house, and nobody complains. In fact, I'm thanked for lighting fires. It's awesome. It's great around Christmas time because it feels so Christmassy being sat with a roaring fire going, and like a Christmas tree and all the decorations and all the lights and stuff. Even better when there's a power cut, because we can sit in the living room and actually have some light. Tends to be what happens during the winter storms, is if there's a power cut, we just mobilize to the living room and sit there with the fire. Talking for however long the power cut lasts. Something that generally, I as far as I'm aware, isn't done in America, because America has like electric or gas or oil central heating and air comp, and it's all a bit artificial, and that's not my kind of thing. Give me a good roaring fire. Can't beat a roaring fire. You really can't. And what's better is that heats up the boiler beside it, so we don't ever turn the boiler on. We have hot water on tap during the winter, which is great for saving a bit of electricity in the most intense part of the year for electricity. And you know, we get hot water on tap. Florida, Christmas is like 30 Celsius outside. Yeah, that's kind of an issue with America. It's I couldn't deal with a Christmas that's any more than like 10 or 12 degrees Celsius. There was that one year a few years back where there was like hilarious amounts of ice on Christmas Day, and I took to just sitting at the living room window watching people slide down the hill outside. Vans, cars, everything was just slip sliding and drifting everywhere. It was hilarious. Plain mince and tatties. Mince pies and cream is just the Christmas food. Like mince pie, microwave mince pies, so they're nice and warm. Bit of cream of any description, and a cup of tea, and that is your ideal like winter snack. Because it warms you up from the inside out. And the winter. So here's a fun thing. Where in my house here, we have like 3 different light dinner options that throughout the year. We've got toasted sandwiches for when it's like not too warm, but not too cold. It's just kind of a nice go-to because it's quick and easy to do, and it's literally just make a sandwich that involves cheese and you get a toasted sandwich at the end of it once you run it through the sandwich toaster. There's salads during the summer, and during the winter it's just a big old bowl of soup. Big old bowl of soup. Which, like, that's an ideal winter weather cold, or winter weather light dinner. Just soup. Very thick, homemade soup. Hey, Patty. That's a bread for dipping too. I mean, the bread's a nice addition, but I could do, you know, I don't need the bread. I'll be just happy with you know, good spoon, big old bowl of soup, good spoon, a cup of tea, perfect. Hey, Spudman, how you doing today, dude? Greek dude, hello. You're all showing up towards the end of the stream, I notice. You're greedy, fair enough. Let me know when Landy's live, because he should be live, like, now, actually. But I'm guessing he might be running a small bit late. He said he would be streaming, so I'm going to presume he will be. I wish I could do like raids and stuff on YouTube. This is something Twitch has that YouTube needs. The ability to do raids. Homemade soup and homemade bread. We don't have homemade bread. We buy like freshly baked bread. Because there's a garage just over the road and they have like freshly baked local loaves. And loaves that are only ever... seriously, this town has something weird about it. There's one type of bread that I love. And the only time I've ever had it done right has been when it's been baked in this town. There used to be a bakery across town when I was younger. And the bread from there was beautiful. But it closed down due to the lack of money. And we had to resort to buying like the same bread, or the same style of bread, but from other bakeries, and it just wasn't as nice. And the garages in the road there a couple of months ago started baking this one loaf that we always loved, and it was perfect again. There's something about making it in this town specifically that it can only be done right here, apparently. Because, like, when done right, this loaf of bread, it's a proper big loaf. It's like you split it into. It should be like super soft in the middle, not spongy, but just soft and fluffy, and then have this really nice, but very thin, hard crust. So you get the crunch of the crust, and then just. Kind of the feeling of eating a cloud once you're through the crust. It's delicious. Land is live. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll be back tomorrow with probably Insanity, I'm gonna say. I should mention Insanity and Oakfield are kind of interchangeable. Like, I could have done Insanity today, I could do Oakfield tomorrow. But I'll probably do Insanity tomorrow. And until then, stay safe. And goodbye.
Bye, have a great time.